Welcome to our Friday edition of Black and Ruby Converse about the Verse. My name is Black.
I'm Ruby.
And we are here today to talk about all of the news and all the fun stuff from the last week in Star Citizen. We do apologize for making this on a Friday, but we had some family thing we needed to do yesterday. So we are here. This is not our normal time. This is just for this week and maybe even the week of Thanksgiving. But regardless, we'll talk about that later. Anyway, brief introduction. I'm Black. And this show is just basically, like I said, going over all the news from the past week. News has kind of picked up a little bit over the past week as we've hit a few things we'll touch on in a little bit. But anyway, to start things off, my little quick brief history with Star Citizen is that I started in 2021, and that was probably about March of 2021. And I started making full-time content for this, not as a full-time job, but just as, that's the game I mostly work on. Probably later that year and definitely into 2022. That leads me into 2022, which is when Ruby picks up.
Yep. So I've been playing, I don't know about 2022, maybe 2023.
Probably a little bit. Yeah.
Also too, this is to help update me on things that are happening in the week of Star Citizen. So some of these things I'm learning along with the audience.
Yeah. Ruby's a little bit busier during the week than I am. So this is kind of a way for her to also catch up on everything. So in the way she's kind of like, you guys. So anyway, Ruby, we're going to go ahead and go with our question of the week. And what is our question of the week?
So Sala asks, do you use stack cargo on freight elevators neatly, or do you shove it any which way but loose?
I guess that's aimed at me first. Okay, so I have a reputation within our org and Discord community where if there's a lot of room on a freight elevator, I will just throw it on there. However, but if I know, like for instance, during the freight event we had a few patches back, I used the raft a lot, and with the raft you only got the medium hanger, I think. So. Mm-hmm. That one, you could barely fit what the raft could fit if you did that. So I organized it pretty well. I would do like a corner method where you start on the corner and line everything up in the back and do it that way to try to get everything I could to fit. But no, I'm not meticulous about trying to make sure everything fits and everything is like organized and even on both sides and all of that. That's not my thing. What about you, Ruby?
I'm opposite. I like it neat and clean, even if there's only a few boxes on there. So yes.
Is there any particular pattern?
I always start on the left. I don't know why. It's just I start on the left, and then I always make a line down the left-hand side, and then I work my way to the back, and then I start filling in the corner. Okay. So,
not necessarily my method, but that's if I am using a method. And yes, Sala, I am admitting the truth. I never said that I, am not, Now, does the chaotic side of me like to mess with those who are?
Absolutely, you do. That's
yeah. So if I do see that, especially if you have a lot of room and if we had, of course, if it was like serious and we were like trying to work on something, but yeah, we have had moments where I will purposely throw boxes out of the way or in the wrong spot. So yeah, yes, Sala, absolutely. Trolling is not a nice thing. I know you know nothing about trolling, so
What is the role where it's like chaotic, good, evil?
Oh yeah. Chaotic. I'm not chaotic evil.
No.
Chaotic neutral.
Yeah, that's what you are. Yeah, chaotic neutral. Yeah, I agree with that. 100%.
Yes. The D&D classification for me would be chaotic neutral. I don't do chaotic good, and I don't do. Yeah, see, Sala said it. And
so what
am
I?
Evil. Oh, you're always like a paladin type. You're that light, and you're like whatever it is. You're like
lawful good.
Lawful good, yeah. That's what you would be, 100%. I am not lawful good. Although I do like playing a paladin in WoW, but that's
not the same. No, it's not.
But anyway, okay. So that is our question of the week. Now, what are we doing next?
So what we did in game last week?
So what we did in game last week is going to require me to load a video. So let me go ahead and do that.
Sala said his programming is neutral.
Of course it is. This is not what we did last week. This is a continuation of the week before. Let me pull up the actual video that we did last week, or some of what we did.
Oh, that's the medication. Oh my God, I didn't realize it was red.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, that was last
Yeah,
week's.
from your boy keep dragging you.
That was
Oh my
last
gosh.
week's good time fun there. No, but this last week, what did we do last Friday, Ruby?
We did Capital Ship Fun.
Capital Ship Fun.
Yes. We used a Polaris and an Idris to kill some things.
Yes. So
and then we tried to loot some things too.
Yeah, we did. Yeah. If you don't know, if you're doing the Headhunters event, and you go and you're actually there and not just cheesing it like OG did all last weekend. He just basically watched TV and cheesed the event to complete it.
Oh Lord!
Anyway,
we're all guilty.
We all did it. Anyway,
we're all guilty.
But we actually did.
Start.
But we did try to go out and actually do it. But if you do go do it and you're successful, or after it's successfully done, there is some possible loot on the Polaris. And so we did actually do some of that as well. That was kind of interesting. But yeah, the first thing we did was we just wanted to have a capital ship night, whether it was for the actual event,
right,
or you can do ghillie missions, and if you have the 8th ghillie mission, you can do capital ship. So the very first thing we did was we took a Polaris out, and we just did a Polaris on the ghillie mission.
Yes,
and that was a big learning experience for all of us. I know you were saying like it helped you out a lot.
Yeah.
Like learning the Polaris.
Oh yeah. So when engineering comes in, just to understand like the layout of the ship, where the components were at. I mean, I had no idea there was a water cooler, like a pool where the engine sat for the Polaris. Like I thought that was interesting.
And that water's safe to drink, I hear.
Yeah, sure. You can get all in it and swim. That's I
mean, it's probably safer than a cruise. So,
Sure.
But anyway, that's what we did. We and then once Sala actually joined us with his Idris, we jumped in that, and that's what you're seeing here is the Idris. So it's kind of interesting because our first battle, Polaris on Polaris, we actually were positioned pretty good to where we were shooting the Polaris in the rear.
Yes.
And that was actually the best way to go about it because
that's where the components are at.
Yeah, that's where engineering is.
Yeah.
So this time when we had the Idris and we were doing it, and this was actually another scenario. When we did it this time, we were actually shooting the Polaris in the nose, and we got the whole front red, but it just would not destroy. As you can see in this right here, you can clearly see that the nose is really red.
And even some of the midsection was pretty red.
Yeah, it was funny because it's like we worked our way from the nose backward.
Yeah.
And it took so long to get the Polaris down.
Yeah.
But once we changed focus and went to the rear, it actually went a lot better.
Yep.
So it was a very good learning experience. Let's see if we can go. See if I can fast forward it here. Can I, or does it reset? Oh, it reset. I know it did.
Yeah, there you go. We repositioned.
Yeah, we had the top open and all that.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was definitely a learning, but we had fun too, like it was actually kind of fun to.
I mean, you can see how red the whole ship is.
Yeah, this fight took so much longer than the first fight, which is funny because it was Polaris on Polaris in the first fight, and this was an Idris, and we're like, okay, we have extra guns and stuff. No worries, Sala. We all have obligations, so. Yeah. See, that's another thing, Sala. It was like I feel like the Polaris had a better for the crew we had. I feel like it had a better situation for the turrets. Like I think people had more shots using the Polaris turrets because the Idris has turrets on the bottom meant to try to keep the bottom safe if you're being attacked by light fighters.
But we kept the Polaris pretty much in front of us.
Right.
Yeah.
But when it came to this, like during this whole time, we had most of our gunners on the top. And I think we had 1 or 2 on the bottom, and it was like I couldn't give the bottom one a good shot. So overall, it was a very nice learning experience. We had fun. We learned a lot. And it was very interesting. And we're definitely going to do some more of this. We have the Perseus coming next week. And, there's going to be even more capital type ship, combat and missions coming. So, yeah. Should be good to go. But anyway, that's what we did last week. It's time to now. What are we moving on to now, Ruby?
All right. So this week in Star Citizen, what's the news?
All right. So the news we got, and let me go ahead and get this. Always have to get this going here. I think it's this. Nope, it's not that. That is our lovely Discord. Nobody wants to see that. Why did I switch to that?
Said there was like some kind of error code.
Yeah, now I saw that. Hold on a second. Let's switch back to that. Let's see if I can get this thing going here. Yeah, we had an error code on our thing. Let me go back. Yeah, Chrome is like being weird. Let's take that off. All right, where is our webpage? Let me pull it up down here. That's our sneak peek. Sometimes wants to be difficult. All right, it should be good now. Let's show it.
Yeah, there's still an error coming up. Yeah.
Unknown error causing the capture to
stop.
Okay. Let's check it, uncheck it. Let me add a new, maybe I need to add a new Chrome thing. Hold on just a second. Let's delete it. Add a new one. Okay, source is going to be this. There it is. It's not quite edited. Let me format it a little better so it only shows what we need. There we go. All right. Sorry about that. So anyway, the sneak peek of the week last week was this lovely picture here, which is definitely the Drake clipper.
What is the clipper again?
We don't quite know 100% what it is. It is basically a mini Corsair, we think. So it could be, the Corsair is like kind of a combat exploration, multi-crew thing.
Okay.
And so we think that ultimately, hey, Kenji, thanks for showing up early. We didn't have our normal time in on Thursdays, but since we were busy, but we went ahead and made it today. Yeah. Oh yeah, and Kenji, actually, speaking of you joining the org, I actually did process that on the Robert Space Industry site. So yeah, I did, because we put out a video this week, like a solicitation is the first thing I thought. But
that's what it is.
Yeah. Basically trying to recruit people into the org and on the Discord, either one or both. So yeah, so we actually got quite a few people in this week. So that was interesting. But yes, Drake Clipper, this looks like it's, I guess that's like the hatch or not the hatch, but the ramp possibly. I'm interested in this ship to see what it is, what it's going to be.
Would that be the ramp? I mean, that looks an awkward angle.
It is. But see, if you look at the ship too, like the silhouette of it, it's weird. It's almost kind of like, like.
Oh, is that the one that's like?
Yeah. And
it's okay.
Yeah, it's that ship.
Interesting.
So yeah.
Okay.
We don't quite know everything it's going to be. I have a feeling it's a 1 to 2 person ship, probably.
Right. And is there speculation on what type of ship it is?
There's lots of speculation. I mean, I've heard anything to where people think it could be a data runner. It could be, it could be no combat because of the wings. Maybe it is combat. I mean, the Corsair has some similar wings, so it's just, we got to wait. I think until the 22nd is when Drake Day is. So yeah. So that is the sneak peek of the week. Not super, doesn't really show a whole lot, but definitely has that Drake styling.
All right, moving on to leaks.
All right, leaks.
New ASOP search bar.
All right, let's see what we got here.
And the column.
This is a video. Okay, so there is a few leaks that were nothing really shown, so I don't really have anything to show here. I'll show the golem just because this isn't going to be the golem right off the bat. I'll show the golem just because there's a similar ship that's supposed to be coming. We think it's a golem that's going to be cargo related. So that'll be interesting. But
right there.
Yeah. But that's the normal golem. So basically we think how it's probably going to be similar to this. I heard it possibly could be a little wider or something to allow for 3 rows of like 1 SCU or something cargo maybe. We don't know what the cargo capacity would be. I would guess if it's similar in price to this. Maybe you can do, I don't know, 20 to 40 SEU possibly. That seems kind of a okay range. It's an interesting ship. I don't know if it's something I would pick up, but I think for someone, it could be cheap and a good way to get people into cargo to be able to carry not as much as a hull A, but more than most starter ships.
Yeah.
I think it'll be definitely an interesting for someone who just wants to do cargo. I'm curious to see if it's going to have maybe a tractor beam on it. That would be interesting to see if it has a.
Did you see the color of that backpack?
Yeah, that's mine. Why?
It's an aqua.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, we can go
Where'd
back
you get that from?
I don't know. Let me go back and say I don't know what this is.
Sorry, I was like squirrel. It's just like, what the heck? Yeah, like I saw your yellow outfit, but I'm like, where did you get your backpack? Sorry. No, there are no living quarters there. That is.
Oh no, definitely no living quarters.
Yeah.
I don't know which backpack that was.
That was crazy. Yeah, it's
mini raft. Yeah, although I think I would have rather seen a mini raft from Argo than. I'm sure we'll get one eventually.
Were you trying to remove the?
Yeah, I was trying to remove it, and it was like because of how I landed.
Oh, I see.
Like on that cliff.
Yeah, you were gonna have to reposition it to get it to come out.
Yeah, they just didn't want to come out.
Yeah.
This is back when the Golem first came out. I was testing it with the Hercules. Okay, let's see what.
You couldn't just land in the Hercules?
No, I was trying to. The Hercules had stuff in it.
Oh, okay.
I had gone out, I think, in mind already, and I was switching the bags out.
It's coming. Right there. What's that?
I think that's what comes with that suit.
What?
Yeah.
Huh.
Because that's the Pembroke outfit.
Yeah, I bought the Pembroke, but mine didn't come with a backpack. Mine.
Did you get?
It's fancy.
You got the purple one, right?
Yes.
The purple light up.
Yeah. I'm like, hello, I need a purple light up backpack.
Yeah.
Okay.
They should do that.
Sorry.
But no, I think that is, yeah. But anyway, so a Golem will probably be very similar in size to this. Hopefully the cargo is kind of easy to get in and out of. And yeah, the other little leak was the ASOP terminals are getting a search bar. And then there's also a checkbox or something to only check those that are available at that station or can only be pulled at the station you're currently at. Just a quick way to be able to, I don't think it's far enough into what they need to do for the search box and for the ASOP because it's super clunky and if you happen to have a lot of ships, it can take a while to get through them. So, but they definitely need better sorting on that and better ways to use it. So I'm all for that. So that takes care of the leak news. We don't do a whole lot of leaks on here, but that was kind of like small things. So up next,
it's the IAE news and ship paint.
Okay, so let's do the news first. So news is going to be websites. Let's switch over. And we are looking at, so this is the news here. This is a little like a FAQ they put out, I think yesterday or the day before, probably the day before. Yeah, Sala said feature of the year. I don't know, man. When I was reading edit for that ASOP terminal search feature, a lot of people were like, of all the things we need, this is not the most important. And I was like, I don't know. I was kind of taken back that people weren't as excited about the ASOP search as I was. I mean, I get it. There are a lot of things that are needed, but so anyway, our FAQ, if you don't know, IAE starts next Thursday on the 20th. I can't remember what time it is, but I think it's around probably noon is when they usually do these things. It's probably here on this page, actually. Yeah, there it is. Whatever 1600 UTC is, I do think that is like around noon or 11 or whatever. But anyway, it's going to be at Orison this year. So if you know you're going to visit Orison, if you know you're going to go to this every single day, I am too, Solid. Definitely excited. If you know you're going to be going to the IAE every day to rent ships, set your home at Orison. If you're not, don't set your home at Orison. I wouldn't go there unless you absolutely want to every day. If you're going to visit it, I still wouldn't do it. Like if you're just going to visit it once to go check it out and see what it's like, I wouldn't set my home there. I would set it somewhere else. But it's going to be a little more laggier than the other sites. They have been getting better thanks to server meshing. I think Invictus was pretty good in May as far as like performance wise. It wasn't too bad, but still, just do yourself a favor. And if you don't know what IAE is, they tell you right here. They give you all the information that you need on this page. Basically, IAE is the biggest ship sale of the year. It's definitely their biggest money drive of the year. It's when every single ship in the game. Well, there's a couple of special editions that don't come out, but other than a few of those, every single ship is available during these 2 weeks. So yeah, hanger queues will be a thing too, Sala, if you are there, coming and going. But yeah, so if there's a ship that you've been waiting on that hasn't been available on the website, it's going to show up here. If you're looking for deals, they have deals every single day. If you are, trying to finish up your chain, that's a whole other topic I'm not even going to get into, but that's when you do it, is during these 2 events, November and May. The difference between November and May's is that May is only military vehicles. IAE is every kind of vehicle, industrial, whatever. Ruby, is there anything you're looking at for IAE that you're wanting to upgrade? Or
Yeah, I need to upgrade my
you have
my
a Cutlass? Yeah.
Black. Yeah, I need to upgrade it.
What do you want to upgrade that one to?
I don't know. We had talked about something. I thought it was a good possibility. I need something a little bit more tankier, but still can run a little bit of cargo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think you're going to have some options.
Yeah.
Maybe even that new Drake. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
And
then Ruby, I want to upgrade to a raft.
Yeah. And speaking of the raft, I think it's coming up here in a minute, but the raft and a few other vehicles, after this sale this year, they're going up in price. We knew the raft was probably going to go up.
Because it's such a good deal right now.
Yeah, it's for as much cargo as it can do. Once they doubled the cargo a few months back, and ever since they doubled how much cargo it can do, it's like around 180 now.
Yeah.
It's just for the price compared to other ships. It's a great deal right now.
Yeah.
It's like $135 US. So if you don't have the raft and you possibly want it, you better get it, because it's probably going to go up $30 at least. 150, 160.
There's a couple of things. I don't know. We may do the raft, or we may do. I also want the Star Runner.
You want the Star Runner on Ruby.
On Ruby.
And your other account, your unlawful account, you want Terrapin.
I wanted a Terrapin.
Yeah, we were looking at her upgrades that she has, and she really doesn't have to do a whole lot to get all the 2 or 3 ships that she wants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to chain as much as I can together to do that.
Yep.
So, yeah.
So yeah, this is the time to plan. Get your spreadsheets out. Look up CCU guide if you don't know anything about that. But this is a way to upgrade your ships. I said I wasn't going to get into it. I'm not going to tell you how to do it, but it's a way to save lots of money. The bigger the ship, the more money you can save. I've seen people that got like their Polaris or their Perseus for like $200 or $300 off. I got mine for like, I think close to $200 off. So it's definitely a way to do it. It takes time, but it's worth looking into.
Mm-hmm.
All right. IAE ship. Oh, wait. Let's see if there's anything else on this page first. Hold on.
Yeah.
Let's see. There's when the free fly starts. We showed this last week. This is the dates. They overlap really well. So RSI is on the 20th, and then Origin starts on the 21st. So every day. Sometimes they'll like one ship manufacturer will be on there for 2 days before they show another one. So they kind of like spaced it a little better, I think. I'm interested in Drake for sure. RSI, I mean, that's the Perseus is coming out on the 20th, and we think the starter salvager is coming out called the Salvation.
Oh, okay.
So, and I don't know of any other things that could come out. I mean, there's a few. There's a who was it? Gray Cat. They have a new land vehicle based on the MTC, I think is what it's called. I haven't used that much just because the ships that I have, it's really tall for some of those ships, so it doesn't really fit on the medium ships as nice as like a Cyclone or whatever. But yeah, there's quite a bit coming here. Let's see if there's anything else they talk about. They talk about the game package that you need to have, what ships are going to be available to fly for free. There's, how do you rent ships? How many vehicles can be rented? Basically all of them. Which ships and you also get the rent when you rent these ships, any of the ones that you see on the showroom floor, you can rent them. You get them for 2 days. So, and then at the end you can rent them again, or it's 2 days at a time.
Oh, okay.
And then at the end, all the ships will be available to rent, and you can go there and do that. So, oh yeah, I forgot about this. So, excuse me, the F8C Lightning, which was I don't even want to go into what this thing. It was a limited edition ship that's now not so limited edition. But in order to, they've put it back out for people to buy again, and those who had bought it, I think before this starts, because you had to go out and you had to find a gold license. I actually found the gold license and I applied it to my account, but I never actually got the ship.
Yeah.
I like to upgrade into ships, and this one you couldn't upgrade; you had to buy outright. But anyway, those who have done that before this event starts, I believe that's what it says, you get a special like black paint job. So that's, I guess, kind of them, saying, hey, it's the Night Weaver. They're like, we recognize your sacrifice now that we're going to make this a ship that's available all the time. So it's no longer a limited edition ship.
But it even says, scroll back up, that players who reach the qualifying concierge level after IAE will not receive the commemorative paint.
Yeah, you have to get the paint job before this starts or whatever. Yeah. Or any of the stipulations, whether it's the gold ticket, which the only way you can get a gold ticket now, I think, is if someone has one and they have like an extra one still. I don't even know if that's transferred over.
Yeah, I was gonna say
it could have been wiped.
Lost.
I don't know. But if you happen to can apply that still, you can. I don't know. I didn't read too much into this because I don't plan on getting the Lightning. I like the Lightning. I just don't plan on getting it. But yeah, for those that did, there you go. Here's the ships here. This is your final opportunity to pledge for certain ships at their current pricing. It includes the Hull A, the Hull B, and the Raft, and the Gattac Raylan. And what all these 4 ships have in common is they're all cargo ships.
Right.
So they're clearly seeing that cargo is a very popular thing. They're doing more for cargo, and all those cargo ships are going up in value, or price anyway. The Hull B is also like around $125, and it's going to hold more than the Raft. So again, they're putting these prices up based on how much cargo they have. I think the Hull A is going up too because the Golem is coming in with that new cargo variant, and so that tells me that it's probably going to be close in cargo capacity if they're putting the Hull A up. The Hull A is probably still going to hold more. Yeah, this is my thoughts, Salo, on that. That's I think. I mean, it has to, because I'm trying to think of how big those Golem bags are. I don't know off the top of my head. I want to say they were like 16 a piece, so I think it holds 32. So if 32, if the new Golem, I forgot what it's called. Golem, did I put it down? Golem Ox. Okay. If the Golem Ox holds 32 or more, what's the Hull A hold? I want to say, I don't know. I can't remember what the Hull A holds. It's not a whole lot. Maybe it's about that. 64. Okay. So
twice as much.
So if they put the Golem price at like $60 or $70, and then the Hull A, I think, was 80, 85 or something, I could see them, saying, oh, we could get 110 for the Hull A.
Right, because it would double the price.
It's twice the cargo.
As much. Okay.
Yeah. I guarantee you that's what the Hull A is. It's going up because of the Ox, which sucks, but whatever. All right, so anyways, that takes care of that. Let's go ahead and take a look at the paints for IAE, and that's our old image from last week. So they finally showed what the top 4 paints are going to look like for the ship showdown. The 4 ships that were voted for, and so this is the first one, my favorite. Oh, you can't see it. See if that makes it a little better.
Was that the copper?
Yes. No, it's like they have like a gold, yellow, black type. See the stripe?
Oh, okay.
So yeah, so that's the Asgard, and so that's going to be the paint job for it. Let's take a look at the others. We got the Gladiator. I like the yellow markings on that. It looks pretty good. The Gladiator is one of those ships that people have been wanting to win, and they finally kind of like got some buzz going for it. So that was good to see an older ship kind of win. And of course, the Polaris. The Polaris to me, that's the color scheme. It's like a gold, black.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
See, each year the IAE show has a color scheme.
Oh, I see.
So like, a couple of years ago it was like that purple looking color. Yeah. So that was like, you'll see all the banners in the hallways are all done with that color.
Okay.
And so
that's this one. So it's like gold. So you said black and gold,
it's like
or
a black
gold
and gold or something. Yeah.
Gold and black. Okay.
Yeah. All right, so that's that one. Let's see if there's any comments here. Nope. Okay, let's see what else we got. And the last ship is the Zeus. Because the Zeus came out last year, so this was its first year. It was eligible for the ship showdown, and it looks pretty good. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think it's a great image of it. I'd like to see a little bit more of the details, especially on the top and stuff.
Yeah.
But I think the Zeus has had some really good paints, so I think I own a Zeus. So yeah, it's a nice paint though.
Yeah.
So, anyways, if that's your thing, if you own those ships, or you could buy them during this event, you'll get those paint schemes and you'll keep them. So that's good to know. All right, so our next thing that we're doing here is we're talking about 4.4 next, which is in it's been testing. Let's go ahead and show the news.
Splash screen.
The splash screen. Yeah, that's a video. Let me switch to video. And we got that again. Let me move that. All right. Back to this. All right, the new news splash screen. And
that's nice.
We're into spoiler territory here, by the way, guys.
If you haven't
done the PTU, if you haven't done the PTU yet,
looks like an old newspaper.
Yeah,
I love it.
It's funny because each one of these newspapers, pretty much this year, it's all been by like different organizations. So this is for the Voice of the People's Alliance in Nyx. So this is their newspaper. And,
that's cool.
Interesting enough, they have a whole thing here about the terraforming shows progress. And when you read it, and down here at the bottom, it says, could this be the dawn of a new home for our people? So
that's cool.
There's your base building hints, all plastered all over the paper there. But yeah, that's it. It's showing now. Anybody can get into the PTU for this. It's open to everybody now. The release is probably imminent before next Thursday, even though it's still pretty rough right now. There's the lag around Levski is pretty bad. I don't think the lag will hold it up, but then there's other things like when I was trying to do a mission out there. I don't know if I talk about that here. No, I didn't put any video out for it. But yeah, there's like the whole entire asteroid field just like not popping in. It pops in for like a second and then pops back out. And the problem with that is if you're trying to go out to a mission area, like I was trying to do a cargo mission where you had to pick up something. When you go out there and do it, you can't even see the ship you're supposed to go to get the cargo out of.
Yeah, you said it kept blinking until you got there.
If you can get there though, and it pops back in, a lot of times it was staying in. But again, if you passed it, then it was like you had to turn your ship around and wait for it to pop back in to see where it was. It was a pain. So they really have to fix things like that. And hopefully they get that nailed over this next week. I haven't tried it in 2 days, but I'm hearing it's still kind of rough. So anyway, that's the newspaper splash screen. Next, we're going to talk about
ships coming in game stores.
Oh yeah, so we haven't had any games coming or any ships coming into the game. This is going to be a website. We haven't had any of the ships come like that have been released over this last 6 months or so. They haven't come into the game. Usually, you could buy them in game with credits after they've been out for 3 months or whatever, and we couldn't do that. But we finally, unless you did Wicklow. You could get a lot of those ships will come to Wicklow first, with like the Asgard, I think is already in Wicklow. So you could trade in items to get it through that, and people were like, "What about
Asgard isn't in?"
But what about the in-game shops?
Okay.
Well, there we go. We got the Asgard, the Starlancer TAC, the MTC, Guardian MX, the Prowler Utility, and the Meteor. These are all ships that have released over the past 6 months or so, and they're finally making their way into in-game shops. I believe the Asgard is around 16 or 17 million, which is a very good deal for that ship. That's probably my favorite ship of the year so far. So definitely worth getting if you're, if you've been waiting on that. I know Ape on our Discord, he's been waiting for the Asgard, so hopefully he's able to pick that up.
That's cool.
Let's see what else we have.
Missions, Dead Saints and Vandal Smugglers.
So these missions here, I was trying to get Dead Saints. That's the mission I was trying to do. I was trying to get footage for that. Basically, the Dead Saints is a new cargo, unverified reputation, and they it's going to lead to you being able to transport people bodies inside like cryo fridges or whatever. So that's the mission I was trying to open up so I could get footage for. I could not. So however,
So what are these bodies for?
so these are people that are I think the storyline is it's people from Loreville who are tired of Loreville and the Hurston way, and they're smuggling their bodies off world to a new system.
Oh,
It feels like it's kind of a good thing,
yeah.
if that's what's going
but
on.
if they don't get taken advantage of in
right.
Nyx,
So
yeah,
this is
that's
SC
kinda
Haulers.
All right.
Yeah, this is SC Haulers. He did the mission, so I'm going to show his video a little bit of what he did. The volume should be down for that. And
Wait a second. Are you pulling it? Does he pull up? Are you kidding me?
No. You do.
Oh man,
You
I
do
don't know about that.
You do pull the bodies up through the freight elevator, which even he
Oh.
mentions here that it's kind of questionable.
That's...
Yeah, there's the little coffin things.
Oh.
Probably not the best way to do it, but maybe it's just how they have to do it for now.
I hope that changes. Oh Lord, he's got 4 people?
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Yeah, and you can see the people in there too.
Oh my gosh.
Like you can see like the screen through the screen and everything. Yeah. Yeah, you could kind of just, just toss them any kind of way, I guess, if you wanted to.
Oh no.
Hey, they have like, padding inside. So.
Sure they do.
You see his face? See the face?
Tell it to Han. Yeah, let's see what he said. Oh my gosh.
But yeah, so this was SC Haulers. Great site, great place, and yeah, you can take them. I was curious if you have to put them on the external elevator. That'd be kind of funny if you. Yeah, so for that one, he had taken from Loreville to Nyx so they can start their
new
life, their new life. Yeah, and put them on the freight elevator.
And he put them on top of one another.
Oh yeah, you can stack them too.
Oh no.
Well, that works out good if you have a cutter, though. I mean, you can still do this, and the mission pays really well too. It's like a couple $100,000.
I don't know about that.
I mean, it's a new cargo mission.
I get it, economy class. I know, but still.
So yeah.
All right, Black. So let's go back to that first question. How would you stack cargo on the freight elevator when you have humans inside? How would that make you feel?
I mean, I'm just gonna sling them on there.
Oh my god, Lord! Oh,
because they have padding. They've got padding in there.
Keep telling yourself that. Yeah,
they're not moving
till one dies.
It would be kind of funny though. Yeah, the containers are cool. Yeah, economy class. Yeah, this is how you fly. I can't remember. I think it was American Airlines that's been catching a lot of slack lately. It's like, yeah, if you want to fly American Airlines, that's the way to go.
Wait, what did it say?
Oh, so this was he did the first mission.
You see how the person keeps popping up out of the cryopod?
It's just a glitch. That's
weird.
It's just a graphical glitch.
Wait, what did he do?
Oh yeah. So the very first mission he did, he couldn't complete it for whatever reason. So he had that body still on his ship, but he couldn't turn it in.
Oh, that's messed up.
So he just threw it out in space.
Oh, I don't know if I can do that.
So anyway, it's just cargo. You just gotta look at it as cargo.
Oh, I can't do that.
So anyway, that's that mission. Those are the Dead Saints missions. There's another set of missions called the Vandal Smugglers that came out in not Ivacati, but PTU this last week. These missions, I will go ahead and play. This was Detox doing these. Again, these are something I couldn't do because they actually changed the reputation for it. So Detox, he did these early on, and basically it's a station that looks similar to the contested zones in Pyro, but they're cleaned up.
Nice.
And there's guys inside, and you have to do like quite a few things. This mission will take you probably anywhere from an hour to an hour and a half. It's kind of like the next stage of ASD, if you will, even though it's not ASD. I think these are the smugglers who are probably working with that doctor from ASD to get bodies and stuff from Vandal. It's a very cool area, and see, as you can see right there, that's like a Vandal like pod or whatever that crashed in there, and so that tells you that Star Citizen. One of the things they've been doing really well this year with these sites is storytelling. So just the area alone tells a story. But you got to go through a couple of different cargo decks. You got to look for key cards. You got to look for codes. You have to, at some point later on, you have to go out and actually do some other stuff. Like you got to go to a Polaris that's docked out there, and you got to get stuff off that. And I'm not going to go through everything you have to do, but there's quite a few steps. As you can see here, you got to decrypt 5 different datas, and then also find data packets and search There's 2 cargo decks you got to search. There's a auxiliary station, and you definitely want to do the Polaris last because these kind of go in order here. And so after you get everything you need from the auxiliary station, then you go to the Polaris, and there's kind of like a boss fight. These right here, this is actually pods, and those red pods are actually Vandal that are stored there, cryo. So you don't do anything with those yet. I think you can move them though with a tractor beam.
Okay.
But that's like that's a cargo deck, and you'll see lots of the Vandal things there. And yeah, it's a very interesting, very cool whole thing. Kate did a video on it. She said it's the best mission she's ever done in Star Citizen so far, and it was interesting watching her and her group go through that. So it's definitely something that's coming. It's cool, and yeah, definitely something to look forward to. All right, so let's go ahead and go to the next thing we're going to look at, which is
Teach's Ship Shop.
Teach's Ship Shop, and this is another video. So let me switch back to video. Let's get this out of the way. So Teach's Ship Shop, for those of you who don't know, is a new shop that's coming to Nyx on the Levski station.
Okay.
And they have a couple of things. There it is. First, 2. Yeah, there's 2. The first one is actually supposed to be 3. I didn't get the third one. There's a ship shop, and there's also like a ship weapon shop. So the ship weapon shop, you can actually get attritions from that. So that's good for people to know if they didn't know that. You can get attritions from there, and they also have ships. And they have not just ships, but they have special ships you can get. I don't know what the stipulations are, if there's any rep or anything with this place. But they basically have ships that you can't get. You can get the ship, but they have special build outs on them. So if you wanted a mole, they have a mole that's already got you may want to get that instead. I don't know yet. I mean,
Needed.
I don't think so.
I don't see our.
Okay, the device isn't on there. All right, give us just a second while we figure out what's going on. Yeah, thing crashed here. Hold on a second. All right, sorry about that. Let's go ahead and get back into what we were talking about, which was the Teach's Ship Shop. So basically, Teach's Ship Shop has special ships that are industrial, and they are special builds. Now, we don't know yet if the special builds are going to be like something you can't buy in other places. But for now, I kind of wonder if it makes sense to just get a regular ship and then put your, like build it the way you want. So I guess we'll see how that works. But yeah, so they have like the Mole, Prospector, maybe Golem. They may end up having more. They may end up tying this with Reputation to where maybe you can get better stuff. We don't know yet. But anyway, so that's Teach's Ship Shop. That's coming with 4.4. And people are already kind of getting a look there to see what's going to happen. They haven't really talked about it, so we don't know what all it's going to offer yet. But I guess we'll see.
Okay.
All right. Some more news coming with IAE. This is going to be. That's okay. This is going to be. There's new armor coming with IAE that you can purchase.
Exciting.
With real money. I know you're excited. We don't have images of it yet, but I do have images of the alternate that you can get in game now. So one of them is going to be this little set here. Let's pull it down.
Yes.
So there's a variant of this coming with IAE. I think it's a different helmet though.
Oh.
I think,
really?
but you're still going to get the cloak and everything.
Yeah, I don't care about that.
It might be the helmet. I don't know. Yeah. Don't quote me on it yet.
Okay.
But there is that.
Okay.
And then the other one is one that I'm really looking forward to. I'm looking forward to that one too because that's one of my favorite armors that I have.
Yeah.
but also this one.
Yeah, that's nice.
So that's another one that's
Really
coming.
hope they put the cloak on that one.
I'm hoping they put the cloak on it too. We don't know yet
Or
for
the
sure.
hood or whatever they
Yeah, the
call
hood,
it.
yeah. I'm hoping they put that on the one that's coming.
Nice.
It's going to be a different color.
Yeah.
So
that's cool.
So yeah, so those are two armors that are coming. You should see next on November 20th as well for sale. Real money and game.
Yeah.
So one of the other big news items for this week is, drum roll please. This is a huge one. Some people have really been. Oh yeah, I gotta switch this up.
Is our chat working?
I think it is.
Okay. Just want to make sure.
Hold on a second. Yeah, everything reset because.
Yeah, it's like flagging with an error now.
Yeah. Let me pull it up.
There we go.
All right, everybody should be able to see that now. That is the big new thing that's coming that was announced this week. Kind of took everybody by surprise. It's Twitch drops. So there will be Twitch drops that start November 20th through December 3rd. This is an armor set. Does that look new?
It does. I've never seen that helmet before unless it's dropped somewhere else.
Yeah, I think it's brand new.
Yeah.
The
backpack maybe a reskin.
That's what I was thinking. The backpack almost looks like the stealth one, the Geist.
It looks a little bigger though.
Yeah, and it's
doesn't
not quite
look as small.
It's not quite.
It looks kind of longer too.
Yeah.
It's not so round.
Yeah, because the other one's kind of like almost. I don't like the Geist backpack because like the guns stick out weird.
Yeah.
You know.
I think it's because it's so small.
Yeah.
Like it really is small.
But yeah, so I mean.
So is this light or is this medium?
If I guessed, I'd say light.
Okay.
Maybe medium, but there's a lot exposed. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was looking. Although, I mean, is that undersuit that you're seeing there? Is that really the undersuit?
Well, here we go.
It doesn't look like
complete
it.
set of armor and backpack, all free. It's Geist, so it's got to be light. It does say Geist here.
Okay.
The Epoch
All right.
armor set.
It's just that undersuit. I mean, usually you see the undersuit, and that doesn't look like an undersuit I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I could be mistaken though.
Yeah.
So, or maybe it's just the way the armor.
Yeah, I think it's pretty cool looking there.
Yeah, it definitely is.
It might be again one of those things where you mix and match.
Yeah.
You know, you piecemeal stuff together.
I like the helmet. The helmet's nice.
Yeah. So if you want to do this, you got to go to your RSI account first. You log into your site, go to your dashboard. There's a settings, and then there's a linked accounts that you're gonna have to do, and you're gonna put in your Twitch account. If you don't have a Twitch account, you need to make one. If you have two accounts like we do, you'll have to have two different Twitch accounts to do that.
I see.
You can't do So that's a thing.
Okay.
And then of course there's the image of what you need to do to click on this. I'm glad that they finally have this feature. I know there were some people, I guess, that are kind of complaining, as people will always complain about things, whether it's good or bad. I think some people are complaining.
Oh wow! Look at the detail on it.
Yeah, yeah.
That is really nice. It's like blue and gold.
That's what I was saying earlier about
it's really pretty.
The IAE paint job. Sometimes the pictures they send.
Don't do it really justice. Yeah, it's crazy.
So
I mean, that really doesn't. I mean, it could be light, but it really doesn't look like it exposes any of the undersuit. Like that truly looks like it's covering.
Yeah.
Maybe except by the shoulders, like there's some exposure there where the shoulder bends,
yeah.
but. Yeah, it's really nice.
It's cool looking stuff.
It is.
Gold and blue like that is nice too.
I don't know. I mean, you and I do Twitch drops for other games that we play,
yeah.
and I'm not saying they're always fabulous, but sometimes they're good. I mean, it's decent.
Yeah. My question is, will this be Twitch exclusive? Like, if you don't get this, you can never get it again. You know.
I mean, it should be because that's what other Twitch drops are
for
any game.
A lot of them are.
Yeah. I mean, there may be another version of it, but it's not the one that they actually give in the drop.
Yeah, I mean, they can switch the colors on this.
Absolutely. Yeah, a black and gold. Yeah, it'd be nice.
I don't know, guys. Let us know.
That's really pretty.
Yeah, let us know what you think. Are you for or against Twitch drops? Are you happy with this? What they're offering? I think an armor set though And granted, it is 4 hours that you got to put into this. Again, you can AFK watch the stuff, just leave it on. I think the window does need to be active though. I think
It
it's gotta be
does,
found.
or it doesn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't work.
So you really can't put this window in and then have another tab
Nope.
open. You need
It
to have
has to
that
be
tab
open.
active.
Yeah, you have to be able to see it.
But I mean, we already do Twitch drops, so we're already used to them. I have no problem with if you're worried about the big streamers getting more action, then just pick a smaller streamer. You can sort it by
absolutely.
Go to somebody who only has a
know.
couple people on there. Watch theirs.
I'll do that purposely on certain games I play.
Yeah, 100%. Okay, so that's the Twitch drops, and the last little bit of news that we have is something that came up yesterday, and we don't really have any footage of this because we didn't get to do it, and that is the engineering. Engineering came out to wave 1 yesterday, which was interesting because it wasn't really planned. Like we didn't, or none of us knew ahead of time that it was going to happen. So it was interesting to be able to see that. That they've moved it along to wave 1. I guess they wanted a bigger test pool. So it was pretty interesting that it came out. Unfortunately, there was server issues, I think, with their DGS. And so this is just the Inside Star Citizen showing engineering in general, which came out last September. But yeah, so engineering is something, of course, we're definitely looking forward to. If you want to try this out, it's supposed to be coming again today, since the test only lasted for like maybe an hour yesterday before they had to pull it down. But they definitely want people testing it, so it's supposed to come back later today.
Wasn't it Super Mac Brother that we were watching that said he was going to do it on his Zero to Hero account?
His living off the grid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see how that goes for him.
Yeah, we tried watching a couple of streamers last night, and everybody seemed to just be wanting to try to start fires on their ship, like by overloading components or shutting like the coolers off to try to get things. And I mean, there's value in that, but I really wanted to see, since I couldn't do it myself yesterday, I was really wanting to see people playing it as it's intended, going out and doing combat missions,
and then seeing what happens.
Yeah,
to be able to in combat.
Yeah, so we didn't really see much of that, but Super Mac Brother, he did. He wanted to, but he didn't get in time either. He wants to just do his living off the grid to see just how wear and tear is from flying around and just doing his normal things on his vulture. But
that was interesting.
But if you want to do it, anybody can do it who is subscribed. You can do the $10 subscription if you don't already do that, and that'll get you in the wave 1, and you can get out there and test this crazy feature.
Yeah.
That's coming.
One thing we did notice that was pretty cool is when you have the fire extinguisher over an area, it will give you the temperature of that area.
Yeah.
So even if it's not on fire, but if the component is like overheated, it'll give you a temperature, which I thought was nice. So you can understand like if it's overheating. Yeah, it's kind of like a little indicator.
Yeah. It's like, it doesn't have to be on fire to start to be overheated.
Right. Exactly. It could just be overheated.
But yeah, definitely if you're at all interested in trying to learn how this system works, to try to go ahead and get a heads up on it, and then also to help out test it and run it through its paces, I think there's room for anybody who is playing the game, no matter how you do it. This is a game-changing feature that, they definitely need help getting it right. And so if you're at all interested in trying it out and see how it works, just subscribe and get into wave 1 and run through its paces and see what's happening. All right. Well, I think that's pretty much it for this week's show. We do apologize for the tech issues and us having to,
We're gonna have it one day where it just doesn't work. It just works.
It did work.
It's just not gonna have any kind of issues.
Yeah. I mean, we did have one or two. We've had one or two episodes where something didn't go terribly wrong. Yeah. But this one, the actual whole computer crashed. So we're trying to figure out what's going on with that. I think I may have had too many windows open at once. And that could have been what did it. It seems to be, so I may just have to only have so many windows open. But we'll see. We'll try to get it worked out. Anyway, next week we will be back on Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern. Yep. And like I said, I think the week after that is Thanksgiving, so we may do the show on Friday on that one. Unless there's just no news, but I'm pretty sure there's going to be news because of the show and everything. If we only just come on and show what we did with the Perseus or
the ships we got.
Or the ships we got. Yeah, we may have some new ships. We may want to talk about the cutter because we'll know about the cutter at that point too.
You mean the Clipper?
Clipper, sorry. Not
yes.
Clipper, yeah.
I mean, the cutter is cute. He It is cute.
Yeah.
I like my little bumblebee.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But yeah, so that's pretty much it for this week's show. We do thank those of you who stuck around and watched and came back, or just it's an off time.
Participated.
Yeah.
I always appreciate it.
Definitely appreciate everybody. And yeah, so definitely take care, and we will see you out there hopefully in engineering.
Yep. Take care.
Take care, everybody.